Trolls, you know who you are. Fish floppers, and those under 18 years old. I really have no desire to interact with children online because you're not my kids, and your parents should be supervising your activity, not me. So. Hi, baby. Hi, baby. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Oh, goodness. I know. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Oh, yes. We got cuddles going on right here. Yeah. Hi, Dancing Queen again. How are you? Hey, guys. What's up? Oh, no. 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 Thank you for the slobber. Thank you. Yes. Oh, yes. Sourpuss says, "Rrr, rrr, rrr." Oh, she's like a motorboat, I swear to God. And she's like a wet motorboat. Back up, girl. Back up with the slobber, okay? Yes, thank you. Oh, here we go. Yep. Okay. Can you guys see this? Here, let me turn the light on for a minute. Yes. I know. Thank you. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah, alright. Oh. God. Thank you for the slobber. Thank you for the slobber. Yes, I know, Chester. Even Chester's purring. It's below freezing here. It's about 20 degrees, I guess. And oh my goodness. Did you say something? Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Yeah. Running the car. But thank you so much for asking. Yes. No, you may not ask. Here you go, baby. Yes. Yes. there's the other one right there. Looking all cute and fluffy with the extra long wickers. Yes. Oh, yes. Yeah. I've just had it with trolls and jerks, and I'm not answering any more terribly personal questions. I don't know what a homestead site is, Jen. Look. What's on my coat? Is that... Oh, there's snow on my coat. Isn't that great? Yeah, I know. Oh. Okay. Oh. Okay. Stop it. Stop it. Okay. Well, that's just about any site that somebody's building on, right? Oh, here we go. Yeah. I just can't get the message until after the live, but yes, absolutely you can. No, you don't need to. Just, here, go to my profile. Okay, you follow me, right? Okay, you follow me, right? Are you my baby boy? To help somebody, you can actually talk to them and become friends and learn about their lives and help them without being in the same room. But I am not telling anybody my phone number or my address or my location anymore because I've had enough. The trolls can go away. I've had enough. I don't deserve to be harassed like this. Somebody called the place where I was hanging out and told the guy that I was this and that and blah, blah, blah. And it was word for word what people on the internet have been saying about me. And we had a good laugh. And then he took me to dinner and put gas in my car. So thank you, trolls. I told you, the meaner you are to me, the more you are inspiring people to help me. So keep it up. Keep bringing me attention. Because the more you do it, the more people get to know me, and the more people realize I'm for real. So thank you. Thank you again. Oh, baby. I know it. I'm okay. It's below freezing out here. We're a little nervous about that because if the car quits running or anything like that happens, then I am in deep doo-doo, as it were. I still haven't found a job yet. The car is in need of a power steering pump, So if you can contribute to that, the links are in my profile. Oop, oop, oop. Somebody said something rude. I think the man's an idiot. I think he's full of hate and violence, and he's disgusting. I think he's abominable. I believe Sasha Riley's every single word. I believe that he's a terrible human being and is, as we speak, trying to stop the release of the rest of the files. We've only got about 1% of them, even though court after court after court has ordered their release. I think Elon Musk is even worse because he knows what's in the files. He has the files and continues to support the man because it's making him richer. People who put money before the well-being of others are terrible human beings, period. Especially children. But I think there's something fundamentally wrong with anybody who can hear Sasha Riley's testimony, read his affidavits, and not believe him. There's something broken inside of them. So I don't have a single problem standing up and saying what I believe. And I don't have to hide behind a name online. Like Rhonda and Nana. Terrible people. I think the good people of Minnesota are some of the sweetest, most kind people I've ever met in my life. They're very gentle human beings. They don't tolerate a lot of crap. They're not mouthy, or they will listen to you and then they will tell you, oh, I'm sorry, I disagree, and turn around and walk off. I mean, they just don't want anything to do with you if you are ridiculous. And they've got them so riled up that they are standing in front of news cameras begging people from all over the world to come join them, to come stand with them. And they're lining up. You see a few hundred ICE agents, and then you see thousands of people from Minnesota. Do you know how bad it has to be before thousands of people in Minnesota turn out for something like this? I mean, understand, these are all folks who are descendant of Germans and Danes and Swedes, and I mean, a lot of them have relatives that were in World War II or in Europe at the time of World War II. I happen to be one of them. My grandparents were in Minnesota before it was a state. My grandfather owned a farm. He owned a large farm, what is now Princeton. I'm related to just about everybody in the state of Minnesota who has a name ending in son or sen, because that's where my people settled. And I can't begin to describe just what you have to do to get somebody in Minnesota riled up. They are the calmest, most polite, educated people. I mean, it's a good place to live. Very family oriented, very calm. So, and it's their state, and they're telling us they don't want ICE there. Their elected officials are saying it. The people who live there are saying it. They don't want them there. They're done. So, come on, guys. Where's all that states' rights that we were celebrating a few years ago? I mean, is it only states' rights when they're red states? Is that how it goes? The Cheeto just got stopped in court for, a judge said that no, he could not cut SNAP benefits for blue states like Minnesota. What? What? Oh, I know. Look at that. Oh, goodness. She says, oh, yeah, hi. Yeah, he tried to cut SNAP benefits for Minnesota. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And the court said, no. He's trying to punish the blue state. He's trying to punish all the blue states. But I mean, nobody's screaming fake news because they know it's true. All you have to do is open Google and you can find this stuff out yourself. You know? Oh. Oh. Did you guys hear about the ICE agents who went into the restaurant and had dinner, and then 3 hours later were back and arrested the people who cooked their meals? See, this is the kind of crap that people are tired of. You can't keep arresting. Yeah, it's a story online. I swear to God, I'm not making this stuff up. I mean, the worst story of the day is Sasha Riley. You know, the Epstein files. Absolutely the worst story. Do you know who else Sasha Riley named? 2 names. 3 names. 3 names. Ted Cruz. No, excuse me. What's his name? Yeah, Ted Cruz. Clarence Thomas. Lindsey Graham. Oh, and Jim Jordan. If you listen to his full testimony, he's all over the internet right now. If you listen to, he's got a lot of interviews out there, and he also has written affidavits, sworn testimony. By all means, go listen, because you will not believe. I mean, there's stuff that's so graphic, I can't even talk about it. So, I'm sure the Midas Touch people have at least one interview with Sasha Riley posted. So, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? Leave that alone, you little monster. You fuzzy little heathen. Fuzzy little heathen. That's you. Yep. Oh. Anybody want a cat? I'm just kidding. Anybody want a kitty cat? You want a kitty cat? Do you want a kitty cat? 1 second. Oh. Hi, babies. Hi, babies. go. Yep. We're going to talk later about how you guys got a paper towel in here, right? Huh? Are you? Yeah, it's supposed to snow here too soon. I don't know how I feel about that. See, I think Rochelle went to go find the information about Sasha Riley. Nothing like actually paying attention. And notice how nobody's talking about it? Nobody's talking about it. A male Trump victim steps forward and nobody's talking about it. Yep, here comes the snow. Hey, Christine. How are you? Well, no, I have lights, except where I'm located, it's a business, plus there are some apartments around here, so I don't want to bug people by turning on my car lights and sitting here with my car lights on. So I'm in the dark. I'm trying to be considerate. It is what it is, you know? So you ain't missing much. I ain't that good looking. What? I just fed you. Have you got a tapeworm or something? Huh? I just fed you. What? Okay. All right. I'll feed you again. All right. Let's find food. Let us find the food. Ah. That's an orange. That's another orange. And what's this? Gushy food. Gushy food. Gushy food. Oh my goodness. Gushy food. You guys start chattering like aliens from outer space. I know. There you go. All right. And there you go. And here you go. There's the can. You can lick all the gravy out of it. So there you go. And there they are. See them? There's the business end of Sourpuss. And the other guy right next to her is Chester. So there we go. And I'm turning the lights out again. And they'll be up here in a minute to headbutt me with their thank you. So, if they don't decide to take a nap first. How are we doing, guys? There's this fine dusting of snow that's hitting my windshield and turning into water the minute it hits, which means my window's gonna ice up if I don't keep it warm in here. You know. So, anyway. I hope everybody's okay. No lights, no lip gloss. No sponsor contract. right. Hi. Changed your name, or this is a new account? So, it's snowing here. It's just starting. Can't say I'm thrilled about that. Hi, Kenny. Didn't see you sneak in. Yeah, you know, I can honestly say I don't enjoy building snowmen. I'm here, Kenny. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. The power steering pump in the car is about to go. It's leaking like a sieve. I had it up on the rack a couple of days ago, and I was live and I was showing people, you know, what's going on with the car. I replaced the alternator belt a few days ago. I don't know if people remember me doing that, but it wasn't tight enough, and it wasn't tightened down properly. So I put it up on the rack, and my mechanic sponsor showed me, you know, how it worked and how it was fixed in there, and how it was held, you know, in place. And we tightened it down. We put some power steering fluid in the pump, and it just, the minute I turned the car on, it was like this stream. He said, okay, turn the wheel to the right and then to the left, and it went, and I was like, oh shit. So power steering is, the pump is kaputs, you know. So I have to replace that. And then we put the Nissan up on the rack, and I did the back brakes. So and I had to replace the rotors too, because they were all chewed up. Thankfully, there was nothing wrong with the calipers, because I caught it in plenty of time, but still. So I'm asking people for help for the power steering pump. If you could please, you know, see your way to throwing me a few dollars. Because the power steering kind of needs to be working in order for the car to run. I know. So man, I know the troops in Chicago have to be, or they have to be thrilled. They get pulled out of Chicago and put in Minnesota. Minnesota's a hell of a lot colder. Couldn't happen to better people. Hey guys. So anyway, yeah. How much snow you got there? How many feet of snow you got there? Oh, 6 inches? That's not bad. Hi. How are you? No, I'm in my car. In my car. Not really much going on here. See that little bit of snow dried up. There's just a few dots on my window, and that's it. There's nothing out there. There's spots of snow on the ground, but it's nothing much. Oh God, I could just the car would just quit overheating like that. Okay. So, not really a lot happening here. Some people, I know they're going to be trouble before they even come in here. You just know it's going to happen, you know? Welcome back, Shells. Welcome back, Lucy. Welcome back. Yeah, I wouldn't even call what just happened now a flurry. It was more like a wet sneeze. So, and I haven't read the forecast, so I don't know what it's going to do here. I just don't care. I mean, one way or another, I'm still in my car. It's still below freezing, and you know, I still can't afford a hotel room. So there you go, you know. So hey, Lisa, thank you. Oh, goodness. I just had dinner with a couple of fish floppers. I was like, you know, the world is conspiring for me to be just a little bit nicer, I think. Yeah, they invited me to church, and I told them, you know, maybe at some point later I'll consider it, you know, once my life is a little more together. Well, we'd be happy to have you. And I said, yes, I understand that. It's not you, it's me. And that's true. I don't want to go to church right now because, you know, I can't dress for it. I just can't prepare myself properly. And I don't want to be in social settings where I'm so obviously not suited. So, and you know, I don't care what anybody has to say about that. It's my decision. So, and all the cutesy phrases and words are not going to talk me into it. I'm not going to church until I'm ready. Done. And they understood. And you know, I mean, it's an evangelical church that believes in speaking in tongues. So the day I head into a church like that is never. The last time I was in an evangelical church, and this is a true story, I was living in Wichita, Kansas, and I went into a church, and these people were raging on. There was nobody in the pews. They were all behind the pastor. They were all part of the choir. So there was nobody in this church that wasn't a part of the service, okay? And it was me and my ex, and we're sitting there, and the guy starts raging about women not staying at home and homosexuality. And I got up and started to inch my way out of the pew, and my ex grabbed my hand and said, sit down, you're being rude. I said, did you hear what they just said? I am not the one being rude here. And the more he tugged on my arm, the louder I got. And to the point where I was saying, I am not staying for this horse shit. I am leaving, and you are welcome to come with me, or you can walk home. Because thankfully I had the keys. And he finally got his ass up, and we left. Because he was raised to be, an evangelical Christian. He wasn't one of the speaking in tongues kind. He was a Baptist, but still, bad enough. So, and, by the way, the point of the story was, it was Fred Phelps and his family. It was the God hates fill in the blank people. The one who made national news. The one who empowered Christians to be hateful. That guy. It was before he made national headlines. Lucy, are you going to tell me that you don't think words have power? There's, a lot of writers who would disagree with you. I don't go to church because I'm not an Orthodox Christian. I'm certainly not an evangelical. I'm definitely not a speaking in tongues kind of Christian, nor will I ever be. I don't believe men need to be, and there's not a single church that maybe the Presbyterians, maybe they're the only ones who don't believe that men should be the head of the household and don't believe in limiting the size of the stick that you use on your wife, and, don't believe in speaking in tongues, and don't believe in laying on the floor and twitching, and, and of course then there's Catholic Church, who's gotten incredibly conservative here lately and has decided that women also need to be at home and that only men can preach. That has never changed with them. So I am not an Orthodox Christian. I don't fit in. I don't believe, like the New Agers do, that your state in life is a sign of your spiritual advancement. I think it's pride and arrogance to think you do anything in this life to get where you are, to gain things, that you have earned them. You try like hell. You are supposed to try like hell, but in the end, it is the universe who decides whether or not your pockets are going to be full of dollar bills or not. And, hey, Melinda. And you are supposed to be humbly grateful every day of your life and share your toys. And if you don't, well, that's something you're going to have to answer for. But to sit back and say, bootstrap, get a job, I earned mine, it's mine, it's not yours. You cannot take it with you. You did not create it in the first place. Your stuff is on loan, kids. It ain't yours. It's easier for a camel to go where? Through the eye of a needle than it is for a rich man to go where? But the Christians don't want to talk about that. I can't remember the last time I heard a Christian bring up that piece of scripture. They're too busy screaming about bootstraps. And dressing their kids up in lace and bow ties and sending them off to flop around on the floor like dying fish every Sunday. So there's two news stories I have not checked up on in the past couple of days that you guys probably should. One is the earthquake, the erupting volcano that's a mile long or a mile wide in the Pacific Ocean. That's one story. It is alleged that it will erupt in June or thereabouts. So it could be May, could be July. Wouldn't want to be living on the West Coast, sorry. Or the East Coast for that matter. So, because it's not just the volcano, okay? It's the resultant earthquakes after that sucker goes off. You know what I'm saying? So, does anybody know what a continental shelf is? I know there's a bit of a delay, so I'm waiting for somebody to answer. Okay, continental shelf is where, here's the land. It ends up meeting water, okay? Then underwater, it comes back down around, and it's shaped like that, like a shelf. There's air above and water below, okay? Water below, air above, like a shelf, okay? At some point, eventually, it goes deeper and deeper and deeper until it connects to the ocean floor. But for a good portion of it, it sticks out there like a shelf with no support. Okay? And it's not gonna, and we have a continental shelf here in North America, and it is called Florida. So all it's going to take for that shelf to snap off and go right into the water is one good shake. One good earthquake. And you don't need to even know about tectonic plates. All you need to know is that's a continental shelf. And if you're sending grandma and grandpa to go live on a continental shelf, well, it's a roll of the dice. So if we have a volcano that is bigger than just about any in recorded history about to erupt in the Pacific Ocean, what do you think that's going to do to water levels across the world? or affect lava flows under the ocean floor. Sorry. I'm trying not to get sick. So that's a story you should probably Google and read up on, is mile-wide volcano in Pacific. Okay. Here's another one. Sasha Riley. Everybody should know the name. He's a retired war veteran, Iraqi war veteran, SASCHA. He was interviewed by several people. I think he was interviewed by Midas Touch. You're gonna want to go listen to these interviews. He has been talking about having been a victim of people named in the Epstein files for at least 4 years online. So, sorry. He also, he's named a few names. I'll give you a couple that will definitely spin your head right around. Jim Jordan, we kind of knew about him, didn't we? Ted Cruz, that's another one. And Clarence Thomas. Just so you know, all big visitors of Epstein Island. Just so you know. And that's according to Sasha Riley, who is the first male victim to step forward and give testimony. And he's been saying the same thing for 5 years. You know what the hardest thing in the world about lying is? Keeping the same story. And this is something I learned in one of my psych classes. Keeping the story, the same year after year after year. Not varying from the story. Not forgetting some detail or, something like that. Because it's so burned into your memory. And his story has not changed. Has not changed. Occasionally he has, like with all trauma victims, he has this, oh yeah, I remember this. Because when you experience trauma like this, your brain does its very best to bury it and make you forget. So, hey baby. Welcome back. Did you go Google the story? Is that what you went to go do? Lucy? Ouch. Oh, Lucy.